Welcome, Sagittarius. It's May 2024. I've already got this Sagittarius horoscope wheel moving along now. Are you feeling the energy of Mars here in the fifth house? You know, that's a very powerful placement. It's just winding up. It's one of your best planets. It rules this fifth direction. And what that essentially means is that your competitive spirit, your power, your energy, your mental acumen is all up at the moment. In particular there because of the position of Mercury and the North Node, that karmic point that's generating more and more desire. You need to find an adequate outlet for that. You see here, moon also, a dark moon, makes its presence here. So it's imperative that you redirect a lot of that emotional energy into, say, physical sports, competitions, or some sort of creative venture. Because the fifth house is about being in the moment, being in this, and finding your inner space in this. Now, the new moon there on the 8th, I think, is important in this respect. It happens in the 6th house of your horoscope. And so that's showing us a new methodology. The 6th house is your day-to-day routine, the way you work, the people that you work with. A lot of planets here, lucky planets too. Very, very interesting combo here in your 6th house. But when you have a traffic jam of planets on the celestial highway, as we do here in this lane, then that work ethic may be bogging you down a little bit. It seems like you may have too much to do right now. You need to maybe single out a specific task or tasks that have to be done and not weigh yourself down. You know, Jupiter's the heavy planet. It's possibly weighing you down. So that new moon necessitates a new way of doing things, a new way of ordering, structuring, systematizing the work that you do. That also has to do with the people that you work with. So it also means a reevaluation of the way you deal with them. I mean, how are the workloads being distributed? Who does what? Are you happy with that workload? Is there some sort of imbalance? Then the communication starts there around the 16th, if that's the case. You have to communicate. Here, Mercury moves into that same sector of your horoscope around that date, indicating possibly intense discussions. Look at that red line. That's a square or a right angle between Pluto. Pluto's slowing down, by the way. If you have a look at it, it's retrograde, but it's going to go stationary later in the month. And that right angle there, first to Mercury, and look at that Uranus. So there's possible disputes or, I guess, underhanded tactics that may be playing out in the workplace when you've got that sort of combination of planets. Fortunately, there's a greater number of triangular aspects to the Jupiter and the Venus. So what that tells me is maybe some problematic communications, but with a really, really positive result at the end of that. The Sun moves to the 7th house, which is the general public, which is your partnerships, and that's a conjunction with Jupiter there on the 19th. On the 20th, it moves into this 7th house. So I think there's a lot of good that can come out of open and honest discourse with the people that you're working with. That's going to help diffuse any tension and stress you've got. And then that coming back to that 5th house, it gives you the impetus to move ahead with complete clarity and not, weighed down by any of those emotional issues. Those triangular aspects continue. Let me get my bearings here. 23rd, there's the full moon here in Sagittarius, your sun sign. That's an important one for you. And of course, it's across this 1-7 axis again, just as Venus and Jupiter move into that area a couple of days later, 2 or 3 days later. So you can see the strength of your personal partnerships, your involvements with your loved one, and that all comes from breaking down the systems, the way you're working, maximizing your time regarding the other forms of currency, such as time, such as attention, not just money. We give too much weight to that single fiat currency rather than these other currencies. And this is where understanding time, systematizing your approach to the workload and the interactions with others, that then brings you into this really lovely, lucky combination in the 7th house, where you are going to make a positive impact on the world around you. What a great end of the reading. It's not the complete end, because that's the end of the, my brief synopsis of the month, but you can go over to astrology.com.au, Sagittarius, take a look at the other detailed report on what's happening in the terms of the transits, a more chronological view. I jump around a little bit, but that's me. And then why not subscribe? We could use your subscription, your likes, just give us a bit of support. We don't ask for money, just a little bit of a click. We would greatly appreciate that. We'd greatly appreciate you back here next month. I'll be here, looking forward to your next month's forecast. Stay safe. Take care. Bye-bye.